Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasSoulNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech, where you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, I just thought of something on the heels of on the heels of our superhero.
On this,
Heels of our superhero conversation. If we're superheroes. Who we are now, what would be your superhero sexual power?
Wait a minute, it's a sexual power?
My superhero, I already have a superhero sexual power.
I was counting on
that. And that is the ability to flood a room with pussy juice. I'm a squirter.
She's not a squirter, she's a gusher.
We had that conversation last time I was here about we measure it in gallons and time.
I masturbated today.
Yeah?
And I made myself squirt.
Wow.
Woo! That is a superpower.
That is a superpower.
There is nothing better than making yourself squirt.
Now, if you could make the pay of a man in an equal world, who would need one?
I would, because you can't cuddle yourself.
She can make herself
and I'll
squirt,
tell
she can
you,
cuddle herself.
every man I've ever had, I made more money than them.
That's what I'm saying. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever. But yeah, like I was like, whoa, like I squirt more than I ever have.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to get some kind of endorsement deal
for the toy company? Did you use a? Yeah. Did you?
No, I didn't use a toy.
It was with your hands.
Just with my hands, and not even any
manual
porn.
Stimulation.
I wasn't even watching porn.
What were you thinking of?
I never watch porn when I do that.
Well,
does that help?
What was I thinking of? Yeah, it does. What was I thinking of?
What were you? Because I know girls.
I still want her to say me now.
I rarely masturbate without having some sort of scenario in my head. No.
There's
I know I have a whole script and costumes.
But it's so funny.
Right, yeah.
No, it's so funny. Like when I'm masturbating and there's no like porn going on, then it's so funny because like I'll run as I'm masturbating. I run through different scenarios to see. It's kind of like me flipping the channel on the TV till something interests me. So I'll think about this person. Okay, is that turning me on? No. Maybe I'll think about a woman. Is that turning me on? No. And then you know what I mean? So like it like flashes to my brain till I find, that's the hot spot right there.
I do that too. I do that too, but I almost always
change the sex channel.
I almost always almost always end up in a semi-forced submissive position. Because that's
where there's a potential of getting caught.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you
like
both
in a
this.
barn with an older man who's like, "Don't you want to suck my cock?" I was like, "Oh my god, yeah." So.
Now wait. Now let me ask you a question.
It's Amish porn.
When you're masturbating, and like I said, there's no porn or nothing. It's just you and your hand and your mind. Do you think about sex that you have had and how that happened, or do you imagine what sex would be like something different?
Both. I've done both.
Both. Yeah, me too. I'm a bother. What are you?
I think about someone I've had sex with doing something different.
Oh. Okay.
Well, and I told you guys a few weeks ago, I have like a perfect man inside my head. He's all the qualities physically and mentally and emotionally that I would want in a guy. And the thing is I can't try to compare men to him because I know he's a work of fiction. He's completely inside my brain.
See, I have a hard time. Do you have a face on him?
I do. I do have a face on him.
See, I have a hard time not putting a face of somebody I know on that.
No, he's I've never met anyone who looks like him. I've never met, it's really hard to find a very good-looking, rugged, older man who owns a cattle ranch.
Like she's got like her vision man has a background and like a backstory and everything.
He has a whole backstory. I know he's
for some reason I just want him to be like ex-CIA or something.
No, he's not.
And now
that's why he owns a cattle farm.
Depending on the situation.
Are you in the barn? Are you in the barn? Fucking?
Sometimes we are.
Are you on the horse bareback? Fucking?
No, that's difficult.
That would just hurt.
But we do things. In places.
Wow.
We do things in places.
Like
look, she got coy all of a sudden.
Well, I'll tell you, I was watching last night's episode of The White Queen. What's there's that? A lot of fucking that goes on in that show.
It's a Showtime show.
It's a Stars.
Oh, I don't
Stars. It's a Stars series.
It's a paid-for cable extra channel. There's always a lot of fucking going on in those shows.
Oh, yeah. So
except for Dexter, where there's a lot of killing going on in that show.
But he fucks too. He fucks too. And
does he?
Yeah, Dexter fucked. How do you think he had a kid?
I didn't watch this. Oh, that's right, he had a kid.
Yeah. So anyway, and I was like, it's Sunday afternoon. Maybe I should masturbate.
Did you check did the phone the calendar beep you and say it's
time to masturbate. No, I don't have an app on my phone that says it's masturbation day.
I have to put everything.
You haven't masturbated in 3 days. Maybe you should think about that.
Sirius comes on. You seem awfully cranky.
Yeah.
Would you like to take a few minutes?
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Speaking of Siri, I've downloaded the new update for my iPhone, and I can change Siri's voice to a male voice now.
No.
So Siri is now a man who I call Sirius, like Sirius Black from the Harry Potter series, because I'm a fucking nerd. And I talk to him, and he talks back, and it's kind of nice. I asked him to text Sweet Cheeks today, and I
want to hear this.
I said text Sweet Cheeks, and he goes,
Nerds is
he says,
punk rock band.
What would you like to say to Sweet Cheeks? Here we go.
What would you like to? Okay, I want to hear his voice. I want to see if it's sexy. I want to see if you're going to play this voice in your ear while you masturbate.
Siri, tell me a joke.
Siri don't have a joke for you today.
He's like most men, he has communication issues.
But he's waiting.
Treasure, get serious. Ha ha.
What did he say?
He said, "Treasure, get serious." Ha ha.
He calls you Treasure?
He does call me Treasure.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
Of course, he called me Treasure when he was a she, so.
It's better being called a treasure when he's a guy.
A little bit.
But
you know me, my door swings both ways.
Yeah,
so.
Mine too, so it don't matter.
Whatever.
It don't matter. So you've had a wild sex week?
I had a busy sex week. I know.
Okay.
I had a busy sex week.
Busy
sex week.
I've been too busy doing other things this week, so you tell us about your sex life.
You had a rough week.
Yeah,
I had a rough week also, but
we had a week we wish never happened, actually.
Yes, you did. Yes,
so tell us what happened. Tell us some sex stories.
Okay. Well, Saturday was not yesterday, but last week was Plush.
Right.
And that was the first outing where I was going to see Baby Hustler, since we don't deal with each other.
Now I know who Baby Hustler is. All right. Okay. Now all the little pieces to the puzzle are getting put together.
But I have to backtrack. If I had a superpower, it would be that men behave better with me for a time. I told you last time I was here that I can't get them to leave. I have to buy them bus tickets.
Right.
So he wasn't necessarily Baby Hustler with me. He was Baby Hustler with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And that was not. It got to a point where he actually did a lot of really nice things, and then it all fell apart, ugly and stupid. So he got ugly and stupid, and probably what other people saw. So it was my first night out, and I knew Baby Hustler was going to be there because Baby Hustler is a better SSBBW than I am. He's not a big guy, but I always tell him he's a pretty little SSBBW because he can't miss an event, and he knows all this shit, and he has all these apps. So I always tell him you're a pretty little BBW. He goes to shit I don't go to. He knows shit I don't know. Cares about stuff that I don't care about. So I was a little nervous, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. I think it may have been the yellow dress.
Oh, that yellow dress was hot.
That was a pretty hot dress.
Thank you. But I was with my people. And, the new girl that we have in our group, she's like my pit bull wingman.
Oh, she was what brought all those Jello shots, right? Yeah. Oh, she was on it, wasn't she? We loved her.
She wouldn't go last night because I didn't go. I was like, you went to the club without me when we met. That's how we met. So I call her my pit bull wingman because she's all over whoever I talk to and lining them up for me. So I had a really nice night. I didn't dance as much as I usually do. But we had a really nice time, and
it was a good time with Lexi's birthday. Yeah,
it was really nice, really relaxed, and one of those nights where I was getting all that attention, but I was more comfortable. You've seen some of those nights where I'm just really on it. And this is I'm toned down a lot. I guess I got over the power of it. Whatever, I didn't have to work so hard, especially if they're going to deliver. If they're just
if they're going to show up, you ain't got to work it.
Then I don't have to work so hard.
It's like cockgrams.
Cockgram. Okay. Yes, it is.
Singing cockgrams.
So, Latin Boy I had met like 3 weeks before when we were all over Muscle Dude. Remember Muscle Dude at Red Label? That all the girls thought was hot and only you and I would talk to him?
I was probably drunk.
Very muscular guy.
Black, white in between.
Black, very muscular. All the girls were hot for him. Sweet Cheeks and I are empowering women all over the place. We're like, go talk to him. So we asked him to dance. He doesn't dance.
Oh yeah, I remember. Watch this.
And she said, you're a very good looking man. And I didn't know she had asked him to dance. So I said, but you don't know. I said something like, you don't dance. That's a shame. You're delicious. Right. And then I had my little cult of 20-something-year-old girls sitting with me and watching.
Her cult.
And I had to empower. And some other girl was all over him, lap dancing, whatever, but he kept looking at me. So not for me, because I have found a lot of muscle-bound guys are douches.
Or they're lousy in the sack.
Both. And you don't get to be a
they're
douche.
too selfish.
Well, because they think that all they need is, it's like guys with big dicks. They think,
Yes.
I've got a big dick or I've got a lot of muscles. I don't need to be good in bed.
And that everyone is, only...
Right, going to fall all over them. That's one of the reasons I don't like diets with big dicks.
Okay. So I had to take him off the girl who was lap dancing because I had to prove something to the little girls who were just so in awe about how easy it was. And she's also doing the wrong thing because he didn't dance and he can have that any time. So I walked over and licked his ear and then he came and sat with us. And we had a conversation, but then he got douchey about, am I really as comfortable as I make myself sound? Prove it. And I didn't know what was going on with Baby Hustler, if he was coming to my house, whatever. Plus, I was very drunk, and I don't take anybody home when I'm very drunk.
Well, here's my thing. How are you going to prove that you're self-confident? Aren't I proving it by talking to you, licking your ear? And
no, I'm supposed to take him home, and also then I was supposed to bring Pitbull wing
Oh,
girl.
so he wanted a threesome, and that would prove your...
Because I'm so interested in proving anything.
What a dick.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
Fucking
and
men,
also,
boys, this is why you're not getting laid, because there's dicks like this out there.
I walked over and gave him my number, because this other girl was lap dancing. I said, I'm not doing all of that. Here's my number. Then I walked back a few minutes later. I said, you are so bad at this, because you should have already texted me your number. And he said, I don't text. And I said, you would for me. And he said, why? And then I licked his ear. And then he came over to where we were sitting.
Because of that.
Because that's when you will do that. So I did not go home. I said, if you want to go out in the parking lot and make out a little bit, we will do that. But I'm not taking you home. I get the sense
Why you got to go out into the parking lot? Why not do it right there?
Because I was going home.
Oh.
And I'm not going to walk twice. I'm leaving. Exactly. Let's take care of this now. So he walks out, and I guess he's pissed because, and I also had to tell him, you are very pretty. But look where we are. I am so much prettier. And it's taken a ton of therapy and stuff. But baby, I've seen your ass. I've seen mine.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Right.
You are all things glorious and muscular. I am hotter than you. And especially that night. Remember the black dress and the hat? I was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm over you.
Yeah,
I could be under you if you were less of a douche.
Or
but
over.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. I don't like douchebag boys.
So when I go out to the car and he doesn't follow me, I get a knock on the window, and it's Latin boy, who is sweet and a great dancer and very kind, because he tried to salsa with me, which apparently I'm very self-confident in the bed, but on the dance floor I get nervous if it's couple dancing.
Right.
And also I was drunk, and you're trying to do salsa with me, and I'm like not listening or moving the right way, and you're also not leading strong enough. You got to really hold. I'm a big woman. You got to move me.
You got to push my ass where you want it to go.
You need to be a tugboat for this shit.
Yeah, and also I'm a little submissive, so push and I'll go. But he was very sweet and he was very kind about the terrible dancing, but he didn't come over and talk, because some of the guys, like I said, will come over and wait in line, and then some of them wait. So he came to the window and knocked on the window, and I wasn't taking him home either, so I gave him my number, and we started talking off and on. He kind of didn't make the move to ask me out or anything like that, and I'd hear every so often. Then we're at Plush like 3 weeks later, and I get a text, how are you tonight? And I said, I'm out. And he said, I know, I'm right here.
This was the last weekend at Plush. Yeah. Okay.
So I said, come over, and it took him forever, and then Pitbull Wing Girl went and got him.
So you took this boy home?
Not that night. That's the guy I was sucking face with in the car.
So wait, now let's fast forward to when he did come over to your house.
We were both too tired. Because in the car, right, which was all of like 3-4 minutes, in the car, there was a lot of talent there. Right? I'm just not fucking in a car. Also,
no, me neither. I would say I'm not in high school. I am not.
Yeah, and yes, it is an SUV and there's room, but I know how I like to
No.
have sex. I know how long this thing could take.
I like
Also,
to have sex
I
in
was not
cars.
wearing.
Huh?
I like to have sex in
Yes,
cars.
you do.
I like to have sex in a car.
I like to masturbate in cars while we're driving down the road.
Okay, I am okay having sex in a car with somebody I'm with.
Yes, in your couple.
Yes, but if I just met you and that's where you want to have sex,
Yeah.
fuck you. I'm not in high school.
And this is
Kinky.
that's what young Glasses said to me. He said, a situation like that is not about passion. It's about who's got the upper hand and control. And I was like,
That's very true.
That's a lot of thinking for a 21-year-old
That's
guy.
very true.
Thank you.
True.
Thank you, young Glasses. So
Young Glasses.
So in the car there was problems. Also, he's not watching, so I can say this. that's it. The yellow dress I have to wear underwear with, and we know that I prefer not to wear underwear. So yellow dress I got to wear underwear, and I had to
underwear on now?
for different reasons.
Okay.
I last time I did the show, no, I didn't. So I had like lady underwear on. I didn't have sexy underwear on.
Right,
And I had
I
like that's a
understand.
form-fitting dress. I had form-fitting underwear. I'm
I
not taking that
understand.
off in the car. That's not going to be sexy no matter how I do it. That's staying
Yeah.
on.
I understand.
So
Granny panties.
no, like girdle panties, worse.
Oh, I know.
Tummy
I wear them all the
yeah.
time.
So the next night he came over, we're both tired. He also works 7 days a week. He's a plumber, so he was tired, and we probably should have called it because it was too fast and not that good. And
Oh.
Meh.
probably if he were not a sweet guy, that's why you scared me when you confused him with Baby Hustler. If he were not a sweet guy, he probably wouldn't get a second chance.
Are you gonna see him again?
I don't know because I kind of started something new.
Did
That with
has
someone
he
I really
called
like.
you? Has he called you since then?
Texted.
Okay.
He got off work early today.
Now
I was
what's the
gonna come
new
over.
thing?
New thing is that same night.
Oh
At
my
Plus.
God.
Okay.
Holy mother of Jesus! Do you stop?
I was walking to my car. I swear to God, I was minding my own business because I had walked out. I didn't realize I was getting that much attention because I wasn't super wild. But also, Latin guy's kind of small, but a lot of guys noticed it because there's another guy who's a friend of yours who texted me and said something about, no, when I said you left without taking my number, and he said because you were with the leprechaun, right?
A leprechaun.
Is
So
this who I think it is?
Who? That texter?
Yeah.
He's texted her.
Is it who I think it is though?
muscle bound,
Muscle bound?
muscle guy. There wasn't always a muscle guy, friend of yours.
Oh, the other muscle guy that was sitting talking to me at the table? Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah. So he said something
Okay, so
about
it's
the
not
leprechaun.
who I think it is then. Okay.
So anyway, so I walk out with Latin guy to go to the car, and I didn't notice this other guy looking. When I went outside, we weren't gone very long. I walk in the club. I'm going home. Latin guy is staying mostly to finish the Jello shots and maybe to take someone else home since I'm not taking him home. And I leave the club now, and this other guy smiles at me. And it was one of those, I don't know, because, I smiled back, right? Like said hi or something, walked to my car. And then he is driving a nice car, flashes my car as I'm driving out of the parking lot. So I pull over because I'm thinking, do I have a flat
What's going
tire?
on?
Do I have,
Right.
Because I'm still in the parking lot. He said, I'm trying to meet you. So I pulled, it was the sexiest voice ever, pulled over into the parking lot, and we start to talk. And there's no like sex talk or anything like that. And he is all things glorious and wonderful. First of all, first guy I've met closer to my age in forever, right? From New Jersey, which we know I'm from, has a similar job, right? Really, really kind of into him. Text me when I get home. Are you okay? Did you make it home?
Right.
Tells me Sunday it was because I swerved twice, which I don't necessarily believe, but means that I won't be driving myself anymore. So that's the other.
Good.
So he is that's the thing I think I'm sorry is a little more than
Wham bam
Like a
thank you, ma'am.
booty call. A little more than a booty call.
really nice guy, really kind of intense. Of course, leaving. I was going to tell you that I may have my own Cali guy. Just got offered a position, but closer, like 3 hours away, which is not undoable. And I could do well with a guy who's not always here.
I do
That's
well with
not
a guy
always
who's not
here.
always
I
here.
don't know. I don't even start nothing that's long distance.
So, well, that's
You might
again,
actually enjoy a long distance
You're right.
relationship.
That actually might be the best thing for me.
Yeah.
Is it almost time for the long break?
It is. It is almost time for the long break. We got some more. We got a few minutes though
Okay.
still.
Okay, so this guy, right? The
new guy.
New guy. Think I'm starting something. Decent guy. When there was the crisis with my family this week, showed up twice.
How nice.
Before any sex or anything.
I gotta make sure that we're talking about the same my friend.
No,
this one is not my friend.
No, nobody knows this guy.
Oh, okay.
He's relatively new.
Okay.
I think unless I find sometimes they tell me they're new and then some promoter Juanita rolls by and they know her and have been to 19 events and they're not so new. So as far as I know, kind of new to the club scene. So he showed up twice, a lot of texting, and came over Friday morning with the intents and purposes of seeing that I was all right, and then made sure that I was all right for several hours.
For several hours.
Oh my God.
Pussy eater?
Little, we didn't get that far. I mean, other hand.
Hand.
Did you have sex or you just had foreplay?
No.
You had sex.
Yes.
Ah. Ah.
A little bit of the old in and out, eh?
Yeah. Hide the pickle. Play hide the pickle.
Slam the salami.
I just called it fucking, but okay.
Peekaboo pepperoni.
I'm never gonna have sex again because these things are just gonna come in my head. And I'm gonna be laughing.
Peekaboo pepperoni. Oh my gosh. Any spoke action?
Spoke.
You know what the spokes are, right?
You know what spokes are?
It's your
It
butt.
looks like this.
No, I think that's next time.
Ooh, do you like anal sex?
I do.
Oh no, not
you?
me.
I do.
Do you need a lot of lube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does
no, I don't think a lot because I've only done it.
What does anal sex do for you? What does it do for you? I know the guys like it because it's tight, but what does it do for you?
Well, same thing.
Because it does nothing for me.
It's more intense.
It's intense. It's kind of up close to the clit.
No, it's not up close to the clit. It's further
I
away
mean,
from your
they're
clit.
up closer to you. Isn't what I wasn't going to say clit, but they're up closer. A guy with good talent sometimes can be in your butt and on the clit. Have their hand on your clit.
No.
And I don't think it's a lot. I don't know if it's a lot of lube. I'm trying to remember. I haven't done it that often, but yeah, I like that.
Not me.
I was surprised. That's one of those things that I talked about when I was here before and said there are things I'll do now that I didn't do in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things.
I will do it if it's a partner I've been with for a long time, but we all know that doesn't happen
for me,
often.
Yeah. For me, it's got to be someone that I have a lot of trust in.
Yeah,
you
me
can
too.
really mess someone up.
Yes,
that
you
way.
can. You have to have a lot of trust in somebody.
You have to be really. Also, I have to be really relaxed for it.
I remember the times that I have done it. It's so funny because in my brain I'll go, okay, relax. You know what I mean? Like I keep talking myself in.
If
as
I
it's
have
happening.
to say that, then we're not doing it.
Well, I
If
don't
have
want
to
to
say
do
relax,
it. Well, that's why I don't do
it.
it. That's why I don't do it no more.
Then I stop.
That's exactly.
So the times that I have done it, I haven't had to say that. And I think if this partner would like that, then I would do that. I won't do that with him because I don't want it necessarily. But I would do it with soon to be Cali guy.
Soon to be Cali guy the second.
And I told him, what's funny is I told
Cali
him
guy
that,
Jr.
I told him that I was going to call him Cali guy.
That's
There's another
funny.
Cali guy out there, and he's
Nah.
going to be soon to be Cali guy.
He's gonna need a new name. He can't be Cali guy. We have to call him
CB2?
something. CB2.
CB2.
CG2. Cali guy.
Oh, that's right.
CG2?
It's a Cali boy. I shouldn't call him that.
No,
Cali
he is
guy.
not a boy.
No.
I tell you,
No.
he's a man. Man.
Well, we're getting ready to take our mid-show break.
We're gonna take a long break. We still got 3 minutes, but I suppose
do
we
we?
can take. Yeah.
Oh, then I can tell you about the other situation that I'm in.
Okay, you got 3 minutes.
All right. So I let a guy from Facebook meet me, right? Online. Expected it to just be because he is just ridiculously young.
He was like 18.
25. Thank you for saying 18 because I feel better about saying 25.
Okay, good.
Okay. Turned out to be an amazing guy. Also, the whole time that the family crisis was happening, texting on the phone and whatnot. And really, really decent, mature guy, except that I met him at a time that things were rough. So I have told him a few times that I think he thinks I'm more of a train wreck than I am because I've been honest. So I'm kind of slowing down a little bit. Think I'm starting something. 25-year-old. And maybe a little Latin on the side if it gets better.
She's slowing down.
She's
and
slowing
there's
down,
three
but
guys.
she's got A, B, and C.
Okay, for me. We know in the land of the...
Because she's still trying to make up for 21 years.
I had decided 2 weeks ago to slow down, but the men did not get the memo.
They rarely do what they're supposed
I had
to do.
to talk with my gay best friend, and we decided I'm going to focus on work when I was deciding what to do about Baby Hustler, and I was just so angsty and not sure, and you know, I had that kind of breakthrough, and I was so much calmer, and I'm going to focus on work and getting financially well. And the men didn't get the
memo.
Because there's like 3 guys who don't know that I'm not. So one of them is, both of them people you knew who met me at Plush, who are still texting.
Wow.
Well, I have what
did you
forward
say?
friends.
What did you say? What terrible white girl problems you have?
Yeah, pretty girl first world problems. That's what I call them. Pretty girl first world problems.
Terrible.
It's nice in the middle of real family problems to have pretty girl first world problems.
Yeah.
It's good to remember that. So what?
Pretty
you want to
girl
show us
first
how you
world problems.
See, unlike Andrea, who just takes them home, invites them over, I use my living situation as an excuse not to invite them home.
Because I am more controlling than you are, and I have bigger ego issues than
So
you are.
I
I can't be asked to leave. Remember I told
You don't ask for leave, you
hell
just get
no,
up
you
and
just
I
leave.
get
know,
up and
hairdresser.
leave.
I left probably 3 hours before I needed to because I can't have that moment. Well, good night. I will decide when. I have some
That's why
control
I like.
issues.
That's why I like to go to their place, because then when I want to leave, I just fucking leave.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to ask them 3 or 4 times to get the fuck out.
Right.
Or you can always just do like I did in the past, just sneak out while they're asleep.
Oh, no! I have done that quite often.
I lose shit though. I'd have to wake him up to find my underwear.
Oh no,
my
I make
keys.
sure I kind of know
I just
everything.
leave it.
Yeah.
It's hard kind of hard to leave without the keys though.
No, let's see. I have a system.
Me
I
too.
put
Me
everything
too.
In a specific place when I
Okay,
get there,
remember,
so it's all by the door. So I
for
get out.
all of our talk, I'm not all that experienced in the year that I've been back. So I don't have a
No.
system.
You learned that when you start ripping clothes off, it goes right on top of your purse wherever you set that down. So when
Yeah.
you're ready to sneak out at night, you just take the whole pile and out the door. I've gotten dressed on front porches.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking work.
See, I just make sure that I know where my shirt, my bottom, and my shoes are. Everything else is replaceable.
Well, your keys.
Well, my keys are almost always clipped to my purse.
Right,
Because I have a
right.
clip.
But also, I'm a larger woman, so if I don't have a shirt, it's not like I can shop at Target and go get one on the way home.
Girl,
I
Well,
need
that's why
my
you make
clothes.
sure you know where
Drive
your
home-
top, your bottom, and
you
your shoes
drive
are.
home without a shirt. Why you got to stop and get one? You're going from there to there and just walk in your house.
It's a lot of.
I went into
like my
seven.
house.
First of all, I went into 7 last night in my lingerie. 7-Eleven.
She sure did.
I've worn my lingerie out.
Because I
Remember the pink
well,
bra
I
that
had
I
a
wore?
job to do. I danced, and I was going back to Alexia's house, and this one texted me, "We need this, we need ice, we need diet soda, we need burgers, we need fries." So I went into 7-Eleven,
fries.
and I had lingerie on from my show I just did. And I went to 7-Eleven lingerie.
CB2, I would go to his house, and 25-year-old if I were in Texas, which is where he is, because we know I'm big in Texas. I would go to his house.
You're big wherever you go.
Thank you. I told you that. We had a girl tell me once it was a whole ego thing. She was fighting with someone. She said, I'm big in the community. I said, we're BBWs. We're big everywhere.
All right. Well, it's that time. It's time of the show for us to take a long break because we need to drink water and I've got to take a piss. We are going to go to break and you're going to listen to some stuff and some music from Depeche Mode, even though I hate them, but that's what's in queue. May you all have a good break. Go pee, get a drink,
And get back here.
and get back here. We'll be back in a few.